Madison Holleran was an ambitious college freshman that seemed to have it all: popularity, great grades, a wonderful athletic career, and a supportive family. She had the opportunity to attend the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League school, in order to run track on a scholarship. Despite balancing a social life, track, and academics, she still managed to maintain a 3.5 GPA, which to most universities would be considered the dean's list. Madison put on the perfect persona on social media, with a smile beaming from ear to ear in every picture she posted, either alone, with friends, or with her family. However, Madison was secretly struggling. She put an immense amount of pressure on herself to excel in everything she did, and when she didn't meet her expectations, she'd be extremely critical of herself, to the point she fell into a depression. Even when she questioned her own dreams and needs, she put them aside to please everyone else around her. Her smile disappeared, and her friends and family were quick to pick up on it, despite the fact she refrained from being open about her emotions. With her family insisting she find mental health care at school, she said she was working on it, but never did. She found a therapist in her home area of northern New Jersey, but by that point, it was too late. On the evening of January 17, 2014, Madison posted her last Instagram photo outside of Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia and took a running leap off of the 9th story of a parking garage. She was 19. Although Madison cannot be brought back to life, her legacy inspired change in the mental health movement. The Madison Holleran Foundation was made in her honor to help others struggling with mental health-related crisis situations to find the resources they need, especially for high school and college students in a transition period. In 2016, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie passed a law called the Madison Holleran Suicide Prevention Act, known in short as Madison's Law. This law requires institutions of higher education to have 24-hour access to crisis mental health resources in the hopes that more students don't have to share Madison's tragic ending.
I think that mental health is more important than education because mental health is the main starting point for a lot of people. If your mental health isn't the best it can be, then how concentrated are you really going to be while going to class? How are you even going to want to get out of bed to go to class? And how much information are you actually going to retain if your mind is somewhere else?
At Montclair State University, a university that falls under being required to follow Madison's Law, they have their own department for counseling and psychological services, known in short as CAPS. Kiani Bonner, a resident of Montclair State, has been utilizing CAPS since her junior year and has had good experiences with their resources.
I was actually referred there by one of my community directors in Machuga. I've been living there for 3 years too. And I was suffering from a lot of anxiety and depression, so she told me that it would probably be best that I go there and see what they can do to help me out. I genuinely feel as though my experience with CAPS has been life-changing. That is also because I'm one of the long-term students of my counselor, and they only get 2 each. So I'm able to go almost every week if I need to, and I feel like it's genuinely helped me do a 180 in my life.
However, that is not the case for everyone. Some students feel that CAPS doesn't provide enough individual time for them to feel comfortable using their counselors or resources.
It's definitely an advantage to be able to be a long-term patient rather than just 6 to 8 sessions, because I don't feel like I can really make a connection. There's a lot that I don't open up about because, for one thing, I'm seeking therapy off campus. I don't want to spread everything out and say everything that I feel is necessary to say and open up with, and then after 6 sessions go do the same thing with someone else completely different. Because I think it'll hinder that therapy process because I'll just feel like I'm retelling the same story. And secondly, I feel like I don't really feel like she knows me. Because even sometimes in our sessions, she'll ask me to remind her things. Or she'll say, yeah, I think we talked about this last time, and then tell me something that we didn't talk about. So it doesn't really seem like there's that connection. And that makes me not feel comfortable to talk about things that I feel would be really intimate.
CAPS at the school definitely needs some improvement with everything going on. I've seen about the non-access and the wait times definitely needs some type of fix, because with the amount of students that we have on this campus, I feel like the CAPS Resources Center should be larger. It should be more staffed because, like I said, with the amount of people, there's enough people at the school that definitely could be suffering from something, and they need an outlet, they need the resources, they need the help, and so far CAPS just isn't giving that out.
Rowan University, also in New Jersey, has suffered 3 suicides in the fall 2019 semester alone, and students say the university's inaccessibility to CAPS services could be partially to blame. According to Jaclyn Friedman-Lombardo, the director of CAPS, the department faces many challenges when it comes to fulfilling student demand.
Given the size of the university, we've grown considerably, and given the size of the university, our staffing numbers are a bit low, and we're not able to really meet the demand for the service right now. And so it's a struggle, I think, especially at this time of the semester, to really meet the need. And when students call, they can go to Let's Talk same day if they'd like. We'll do also a telephone screening to determine the urgency of a situation, and that happens usually within the same day. So there's a quick response. But then after that, it might be a week or 2 before a student can be seen for regular sessions here, and sometimes even a bit longer than that, because we just don't have the staff power to meet the demand right now.
When it comes to implementing Madison's law, Kiani nor Maya think that CAPS fulfills the law's requirements.
I don't, because the way that the system works to even get an appointment, regardless to what state your mental health is in, whether you could be breaking down, you could really be on the verge of suicide, and they'll still take you through this same process where you have to come during their work hours, otherwise they won't see you, or you have to go to someone else, speak to them, then get an appointment, then wait a week for your appointment.
I don't feel that it implements Madison's law completely, because there isn't 24/7 hour access for anyone. It's only by appointment. Even if you're having an emergency, you can't really go. You still have to make an appointment.
However, Jaclyn says they do follow Madison's law and have been way before Madison's law was put into action.
We have done that for as long as I've been here, which has been 20 years. And so it wasn't just when that law came out, which was a lot more recently than that. So we have 24-hour crisis response here. So even though our counseling center closes usually around 5:30, 6 o'clock every evening, we do have an on-call psychologist who's on whenever the center is closed. And so what happens typically is that if there is a psychiatric emergency and the university police is initially contacted, they triage that situation. They will contact, if we're open during the hours, they'll call us in the office to consult with us regarding how to help the student and what to do. And if it's after hours, we're contacted at home. And so that we can work with police to assess the seriousness of the situation and respond to it accordingly. So we've been doing that 24-hour care, 365 days a year for as long as I've been here.
When it comes to reaching out for mental health support, Jaclyn wants students to know that CAPS is there for them no matter the circumstances.
We want to make sure that people come here to the university, having expectations for what they want their experience to be like, and we want them to be able to have a really positive experience in which they feel like they're able to attain the goals that they want. We don't want emotional reasons to be holding them back.
If you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts, please reach out to the Suicide Prevention Lifeline for support.